The Lost City and the Claw Viper Temple. I woke up the next morning, had breakfast, and went for a walk around the town. I talked to some of the locals, but I wasn't allowed in the palace. The Fire Oasis waypoint would be the next step to finding the Lost City. I used it and continued my way through all the bugs and poison, something that was too familiar to me. Insects and poison. Alchemy was a lovecraft to necromancy. It was like the heart of the user. We used it for everything. As I pondered and wandered around the oasis, my mercenary pointed out a passage in the distance. We walked to it and we stepped into the lands of the Lost City. An eclipse had begun, but it was slower. Like a hand snuffing out a match, it became darkness. This was unnatural, even in magic forms. There was a powerful magic here. Drogman told me to look for a place called the Claw Viper Temple. Snakes is all I heard, the serpents of wishes, deaths, and lives, but a snake with claws that was all new to me, had the power of magic. I laughed to myself. Hell, I've seen goatmen, so it wasn't the weirdest thing I've heard. We lit our torches and made our way through this lost land. I could hear the groans of the dead in the distance. I could barely see my own feet in this darkness. Out of nowhere, a zombie tried to attack me. Unlike the ones in the rogue lands, these ones reeked of death and poison. Their skin was green and moldy parts where it were dried. I threw my torch and a horde of them were coming for us. I could hear more from behind. Today was not the time to get eaten alive. I rushed past them and followed the canyon walls. We came upon the path and slowly followed it until we came upon a temple. The carvings showed snakes and people fighting them. This was the Viper Temple. We stepped in and began what was a skin-crawling adventure. My mercenary told me she was afraid of snakes. Can't blame her. Most people never liked them. We slowly opened the doors and I could hear the loud hissing sounds. I would not raise my army here. The less attention, the more better we had a chance to stay alive. We snuck around the corners and rooms and waited for patrols. Once they left, we snuck around until we found stairs. I slowly crept down and peeked around the corner. They were guarding some sort of altar, and there was one Claw Viper who was bigger than the others. No army, and we were outnumbered, so I made a plan to go back upstairs and knock off a few enemies. It would be suicide if we tried to do it alone, and just a golem. A few minutes later, I had my skeletons line up behind me. I cut my hand and threw blood in the room. They reacted violently. I summoned my blood golem. They seemed shocked and attacked it. I let my skeletons loose on them. We managed to catch them off guard. My mercenaries stood by the stairs and slowly picked them off, and my army fought them off. I went for the altar. All I felt was a tail whacking me in the gut and throwing me against the wall. Fangskin wasn't going to let me have it. I shot a blind spell at him. He wailed all around in the air trying to hit me. Then he stood still and began to smell me out. There were enough corpses around. I used my poison explosion. He began to breathe in the poison. He began to choke and his scales began to melt away. Just within a few minutes he was nothing but flesh and bones. I walked over to the altar and opened the chest. A burst of light appeared and almost blinding me. I could feel the heat. The heart of the sun was restored. I opened a town portal and went back. The sun was back. I could do without the heat, but at least it was better than being eaten alive by zombies or snake food. I took the two pieces and combined them into the heroic staff. Kane and Drogman felt the power being restored. They wished to have words with me. Their Drogman told me of the realm called the Arcane Sanctuary and the one who resides within it. How's it going, guys? Welcome back. So now we're about to enter the Lost City. Because Friday's going good. I actually managed to pass out this morning, so I got some sort of sleep. Time we take on that Claw Viper Temple. Well, once we eventually get to it, I should say. For now, we have to deal with all the rest of the enemies that are going to try to stop us. But unlike Maverick, we're going to have a little more of an easier time. Whew. Nothing like waking up being congested. Always fun. Did some grinding, gained like an extra level. Oh, and I forgot to show you guys my belt that I got last time I was grinding a lot. I got Arctic's belt. It's still a light belt, so I'll still be limited on my potions, but it gives me that high cold resistance, so which is actually really nice. Oh, this is also a second floor one. Okay. See how you gonna do this game. Game did not want me to get to that. To my objectives. Not even the good Dark Elder is gonna be able to slow me. You're dead. Staff. I got rejuvenation with Come on, let's see if we can get that. Top roll, top roll. And a big shout out to Rantheon for subbing to my channel last night. Thank you, good buddy. I'll make sure I put his Twitch channel in my description. And a cool person to hang out with. And it looks like it's not going to be. I swear if it's not over here, then it's going to be on the goddamn bottom. Which is nice for me because basically unlocking the Lost City allows me to unlock the ancient tunnels, so which is a really nice place to grind. Because I managed to get like one level out of Far Oasis after that. I mean, the experience was just like lackluster. I wasn't getting much out of it. Oh? Aww. Seriously? Wow, what a tease. And I apologize for the video going out last night, like, really late, but it was like, I was busy through the entire goddamn afternoon, so by the time my video finished rendering, and by the time I even got home to upload it, it was just like, it was already going to be extremely late by the time it got out, so I do apologize, but I was a lot more busier in the afternoon than I thought I was going to be, so. You guys should know better. You're not gonna be able to beat me now. There you go. Thank you. So, little thing with the Nercomancer, two things that actually changed that I've seen in Battle.net and through over the years is when the Nercomancer first came out, if you went too far away from your skeletons would actually slowly despawn. So if you were walking around with an army of 10 skeletons and you got too far away from them, you would end up with an army of like 3 or 4 skeletons. They would slowly decay over time. And one of the things that they changed in Battle.net through the updates and all that crap is that people would come in with these mass amounts of fucking... Oh, I apologize. Mass amounts of skeleton armies. And it would actually lag the game so bad that it was basically had a good long delay, like of at least 3 or 5 seconds, if not maybe longer, because there were so many minions that people would come in with like 20 different skeletons, like 10 or 15 skeleton magi, you know, then you had your golem, then you had another like 20 summons, 20 revives. So it would literally lag the game so bad, people just kept telling them, hey, don't come in, if you're playing a Necromancer, don't come in my, you know, Bale run or Diablo Chaos run or whatever with, you know, summons, because you're just going to lag us all out. And there's the same thing with the Sorcerer's Meteor too. I don't know if that ever got fixed, but the Sorceress ever spawned Meteor, it would actually lag the game too, to the point you would actually disconnect from the game, because it was just so unplayable. I'm pretty sure they fixed that over the time, but yeah. So at that time, it was a bad time to play the Sorceress and the Necromancer, because you would just end up lagging people out of the game. So, good old Claw Viper Temple. Place full of snakes and a place full of undead. And a lot of people don't like snakes as it is anyway, so just imagine a snake that's about, what, 12 feet long and about, what, 3 feet long claws? Yeah, that would scare a lot of people. Oh, we got actually lucky with the roll in this claw viper. Because once we do the claw viper temple, that's gonna be it. No, I mean, we're looking at 7 minutes already, so we might be able to try to sneak it into the arcane sanctuary and grab that waypoint. We'll see. Because I don't want to make anything like, I don't want to make too long of a video, but I don't want to make too short of a video either. Alright, Fangiskin, let's go this way. Where you at? Yeah, give me the opposite thing that I could actually use in this place. Give me cold, or he's electric. You know, it's like, come on now, dude. Dead. Give me a sacred globe over that. Use something worth money. And I'll be taking that off your hands. No more darkness and let the light live. Oh, in this case, no more eclipse. Alright, so that's that there. I don't know what the hell I'm ready for all these gems. I mean, I don't even use gems even battle that anymore either. Gems are just like kind of completely useless nowadays, since rune words are now a thing. Which I was still debating if I want to make that rune word last night, but you know, I like my little helmet because it gives me the lightning resistance, which I actually really need, and my that's 23 defenses is kind of low. I'm kind of rolling for a what the hell is it called? A bone skull? What the hell is it called? A bone helmet? Kind of rolling for one of those if I can get it, because it's more higher up in defense, at least an extra 10. So, all right. So we're looking at about 10 minutes now. We can snag that arcane waypoint and we'll end the video there. Now, choice options, I'm pretty sure I explained in the other one. Both are a gamble side, whichever you choose. You know, they both lead the same way. I always tend to go, what the hell is this? This way, just strictly for the fact that I've always gotten more better chances of actually being able to go straight down to the next level than actually having to go through a giant maze of enemies. But that's just choice option. And it's completely random, but I've had better shots of over here, so. Something like this, for instance, is where that comes in. And just like that, boom, we're at the next level. In unlocking the Arcane Sanctuary, I'm not going to actually proceed further into the Arcane Sanctuary because that just allows me to discover which pathway is which, and that's basically somewhat kind of like cheating, so I do apologize, but that will be take a little longer than normal, so that'll actually be a full episode in itself. So, but I do have the Lost City, and I have the Ancient Tunnels, and Claw Viper Temple that I can use to grind out Nercomancer with, so. Let's clear out this room here. And usually it's a random event, but he's not here. If you play the single player version, he's usually, well, we're playing single player now, he's usually in the room, but he's not in here. But that was like before all the updates and stuff. So we unlocked the Arcane Sanctuary, so that will be the next following episode. So, Kind of a shorter episode, but, you know, we mentioned the Claw of Viper Temple done, we mentioned the amulets, we unlocked Arcade Sanctuary, you know, and this will be the last video for the week, and I might or might not, I probably might do a couple of trailer reactions over the weekend. I have some videos set aside that I want to check out, and see if they're actually worth doing a trailer reaction. They're just like a playlist, so, of stuff, but either way, hope you guys this Friday's going good. Hope you guys your weekend will be going good. Hope you guys are staying safe and healthy. And catch you guys in the next episode. Thanks, guys.